Hello, everybody out there, internet land. Welcome back to another episode of Interview with NoSkill. It's been a long time coming, but we finally managed to get the third episode out, and this time the person in the hot seat is Mikey. Say hi to everybody.
Hey everybody, it's my turn now.
It's been a long time coming, as we've addressed several times on this channel. Scheduling is a little hard between living in different coasts and time zones of the world, and then also work schedules and swing schedules and car shows and concerts and everything happening. It's a mess. It's a mess. But we're trying, and so now we have the Goblin in the hot seat, and the Goblin is actually in rare form, a new form. Mikey, you're debuting this bad boy for the first time on this video. You want to talk about it?
Yes, this is actually my prototype new avatar. There are some bugs every once in a while. You'll see my eyes bug out or my gestures go completely bonkers. But yeah, no, I want to get a more permanent form, something a little custom, and with a incredible migraine in a couple of hours, we're able to slap this bad boy together and get him running, tracking, and being able to do a couple of fun things here and there. And I'm excited. If it works well, we'll keep it. If not, I'll fine tune until we get it just right.
And then, and trust me, it looks fucking awesome. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. Where do I really want to begin this? Because I could sit here and go like the whole. So tell me about your upbringing, which I do want to know about. Because one of the things I want to know about is you and your brother. You guys have here's a good starting point. Your brother, the Gek. How's he doing, by the way?
He's doing good. He may or may not be passing half a quart of the hottest chili in the area code, but other than that, he's doing great. He's living well. The missus is doing well. The cat is an asshole. The dog's doing great. Just life.
But now, one of the things that I want to know is because, you guys have such a unique bond as brothers. Because I know with my brother growing up, all we did was beat the dog shit out of each other. But he would never win because I'm bigger than him, and I signed a contract at his birth saying I will always win in every fight and argument. Mm-hmm. How was it like growing up with him?
Man, we've been told we're very unique a lot, and I think it was very much because when we were younger, we worked out a lot of our beef. We clashed heads all the time, and I think we genuinely got it out of our system because we click on a lot, we agree on a lot, and he's 6 years younger than me, but that never deterred me from being like, oh, hey, you're going to meet my friends. So when we went to concerts, he went with us, and he would go to Iron Maiden. He'd go to Kiss. He went to the Tony Hawk Boom Boom Huck Jam with us. When we went to anime conventions, which back in the day were crazy wild, he went with me, Benny, and Jose, and no adult supervision. So, over the years, we got really close, and he's cool with a lot of my friends, and they all have a lot of respect for him and look out for him. And I think that kind of that journey really shaped our unique dynamic to the point where we bought a house together, and we live here and not stepping on any toes, just happily coexisting, and every once in a while freaking out because one of the pets got into something and destroyed stuff. But, that's like normal life.
God, I would not be able to live with my brother and his now wife. We would be trying to suplex each other because my brother, don't get me wrong, I love my brother to pieces, but he's still definitely on the whole, I need to win that one physical altercation against my big brother because I am not only his senior age-wise, I also have at least 100 pounds on him, at a minimum.
With the exception of my one cousin I told you guys about, that's never really been an issue in my family. Everyone's just been super chill and super zen with each other. That one kid who has beef and is like, I gotta be tough. I outweigh him by 103 pounds. He ain't got a shot. I don't care what he knows. He ain't got a shot.
He asked me to spar him at his fucking reception. The man had been married for an hour.
Dude, I get behind that. I respect that.
I was like, dude, I already had to force myself to get into the suit because I didn't want to. I'm not going to spar you at your wedding because I know
you gotta unbutton your cufflinks and do the Tom Hardy reload your fists. I know it was Henry Cavill. That's my bad.
Well, because my main thing wasn't like, oh, dude, I don't want to ruin my suit. It was just in any other, I would say, I'll say standard, stereotypical, like big brother, little brother relationship. I'm gonna get blamed for it because I'm the bigger one.
Every time.
Win or lose, it's my fault. And I'm like, I don't want to have my old ass mother cuss me out in front of my brother's friends at his wedding reception because I was a little too rough with him. That's not gonna happen. But that's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, you guys have a wonderful dynamic, and I think it's awesome. And I still remember one of the first few times I got into a call with you and your brother at the same time. You two would just carry on like nobody else is around. Like from talking about cars to anime to music, you guys could just go on a tangent with each other, and we could all just sit back and like fade into the wallpaper.
You know, man, we vibe. We get along. We see eye to eye on a lot. And it's funny because you guys can't hear him. Out of my left ear, him and the missus are watching Adam West 1950s or 60s Batman. And if we wanted to, we could pick up on that conversation right now. We get along and we have very similar outlooks on the world, but we can have the deep discussions on the stuff we disagree on and how weird we both are, because let's face it, man, there's a lot of eccentricities going on between the two of us.
Mm-hmm. At least you guys are able to work out like those differences, or if you guys have any sort of dispute. Because God knows the world nowadays, as soon as you have a dispute, it's time to glass your bloodline. You're done.
Yeah, there's not a lot of understanding these days, and it's funny when we're in public and we'll work out like seriously deep and thought provoking debates at a fucking Target. Like in the aisle, there's like people looking over the racks and picking your own quarters. We just exist, man. We don't care. We'd rather, be able to say what we need to say and have it out in the universe than be those people who never say anything and then end up being spiteful of everyone because nobody gets them and the world's out to get me.
Lieutenant Lonely. Sorry.
Damn, catching strays.
Okay.
Anyone hear that glass shatter?
Shots have already been fired, folks.
Everybody! Sorry, that was stupid.
This doesn't concern you, Doc.
That's a hell of a thing for you to say to me. Why?
But Brandon, anything you want to ask Mikey about his early ons of being a green thing?
Well, actually, I'm going to take you in a different direction. I'm going to kind of bring up the past and kind of hit the early days of not really NoSkill, but just the friendship in general and how things started. I want to know, Mikey, the first time that you got into a party with me and DJ, I imagine it was with Tom. I think Fraser was also there. I don't remember.
Yep.
What was your initial impression of us?
You know, that's a very fun question because when I met you guys, there was other people involved. And it was a lot of your gaming group back in the day. And what I will say is my initial impression of everybody is, man, these guys are fun as shit. There's a couple very odd characters, but you get that with any online friend group and even some IRL friend, like in-person friend groups. And it was fun. We had some really cool, wacky conversations. It was definitely a little weird because you feel the tension when I know Tom like the back of my hand. We still finish each other's sentences. We still try to help each other out because we know how the other person thinks and we can just make that connection where other people might not. So I was coming in from that friendship into meeting you guys and your friends from scratch. And I knew Brandon and I were going to get along fine. You're pretty quiet. You're reserved. And you say what's on your mind. There's no sugarcoating with you. You just say shit. I could respect that. I get along with that. I remember the first time, and I'm just going to say it, there's a certain other wolf that we know that is currently... Actually, this is a good hint without giving it away. Last time me and you saw him, he was dressed like a femboy on VR chat. But DJ, I knew we were going to get along great because the one night I remember it was 4 a.m. for me. It had to have been 7 or 8 for you.
Yep.
Ungodly hour. We literally been sitting next to the Xbox with a 6-pack. And finally, you pipe up to something about music, and I'm like, "Oh, dude! I just saw oh my god, Sean Wasabi like last month, and then we started talking about techno and EDM and dubstep and hardstyle. And when we started talking about hardstyle and hardcore, like I knew we were going to be friends. We went on that rant until the sun came up in both our respective time zones. That's how fucking hard we were vibing that night, and that still resonates with me so hard all these years later. Because like for those people who don't know, NoSkill didn't start immediately. There was some time in between, and a lot had to happen. And I want to say we've known each other for what, 4 or 5 years now. I want to say 5 years,
easily longer.
Easily longer.
I'd say we're branching on like I'd say 6 or 7 because my 10-year with this dude is coming up this September, and we were friends a couple years on Xbox 360 prior.
Yeah.
And we didn't meet you until we both had Xbox Ones because you joined a party because Tom was in there, but all of us were playing Warframe. And we were used to people coming and going who weren't playing the game, but they just wanted to be part of the banter, part of the boys. And then when you came in, we started talking about, as soon as he said, yeah, he knows who the fuck Anger Fist is, I was like, yeah, fuck this game. Hold up. Talk to me.
Yeah, dude, we were legit killed a couple of drinks and we were just hanging out talking about hardstyle. And I told you about that Happy Hardstyle show I went to with DJ Mumu. And dude, it was we were literally just spitballing for hours and having a good time. And I'm like, all right, we're gonna click. We're gonna be around for a while. And I enjoyed the hell out of those days. Got a little choked up there. I enjoyed the hell out of those days because we had so much fun just getting to know each other and then actually gaming. And then even the people who I did bash heads with, when we all popped into a team of whatever we were playing, we fucking locked in. The synergy was just there, folks. Like, I can't say, oh yeah, it was like, oh, that magical fit. Hold up, give me the finger. Do the finger thing. It's like that painting where we're reaching out and touching fingers with God. I wasn't like that connection, but man, did the boys lock in every single time, no exceptions. Shit was wild, and
we honestly still have that in even in our modern gaming because I get it, especially with a lot of competitive or fast-paced games, such as your like especially competitive like Rainbow Six Siege or any sort of fast-paced game, Call of Duty, the finals, and all that, where the entire thing is based around callouts. You have this guy here, you have this guy here. I'm going up this, grab my 6. Something about when we just play games, we just understand I guess you could say our respective roles of what needs to happen. Prime example, when like the last time we played the finals, not too long ago. For those that don't know what the finals is, it's free. Download it, please. Please make the servers get bigger. I'm tired of facing the same people. And don't pick light armors. You're stupid if you do. Anyway.
You can pick light armors. Don't pick melee weapons or knives.
Yeah, fuck melee weapons. God, those are annoying.
But like, we all have our respective roles. I.e., Brandon's the Slayer. He's the support character. I'm the healer. And then like, it goes without saying. For those that understand, steal the ATM. I could be sitting there stealing it. These guys know. All right, time to defend the dude who's trying to get us money.
Yeah,
I can't tell you how many times I would spawn in with randos that are just like, okay, the guy is trying to steal the ATM for us. Time to go fuck off to the other end of the map and get that one guy at spawn.
Randos are great.
Okay, right? You bastard. So we even still have that to this day, especially when we were still running Rainbow Six Siege. You would just go on your own program, but for some reason it would work, and it was probably some of the most. I wish I had recording software back when we started playing Rainbow Six Siege earlier. Some of the most entertaining shit of all time. You put an automatic shotgun into this man's hand, and if it's a soft wall, it's gone. It's just disappeared.
I enjoy Rainbow Six. I enjoy the mechanics. I enjoy breaking the mechanics, and I always had fun with it. When we had a full squad, it really made that super enjoyable because we could bounce off each other, we could laugh, we could try to one up each other, doing dumb shit. It was just good gaming days, and the one video we did on it killed it on our channel. Like by comparison, killed it. And those are the fun days, man. That's where it was at. Also, I think the gecko just fell. He sounds fine. I'll leave him be. I just heard a doo, doo, doo. I'm like, oh, that probably wasn't great.
Yeah, man. Fucking I don't know. Siege was just that game where I didn't really care to play like by myself. I never was on it by myself. But if the boys are on, I'm on it immediately. It's just how it is. It's one of those games where I know I'm in for a good time if my friends are online.
Dude, running the most stupid fucking strats of all time. Just like, okay, shotguns only. This man, I was already planning on it.
Way ahead of you, baby.
Yeah, but now I'm going to switch gears again, and now the one thing, if you haven't been around in the last, I don't know, last video or two, this guy is a very impressive car guy. Wouldn't you say just a little bit? You know a thing or two?
I am a auto enthusiast who also happens to have professionally done it for the last 12 years and recreationally done it for the last close to 16 years.
And one of our most popular Talkie Talk episodes is Mikey and I talking about being at work, and we would talk about turning wrenches and how he's basically been turning wrenches from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Our work
So-
stories do very well. Our Matsuri one did pretty good as well with the Matsuri car guys.
Yeah. Also, you're short with the 10.5 foot long breaker rod did very well too.
That one did pretty good. None of us are beating Bunny Girl Screw Up though. That got like $500,000. That one was wild. Yeah,
Wow.
that's still nutty.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking about those numbers, and I'm like, damn, shorts are good.
They're wild, man. That one definitely brought an
shorts
influx
go
to the channel.
stupid.
That one brought enough of a change to the channel to when we hung out with Guard the next time, he commented on it like, "What'd you guys do? How did that happen?" No. Just hacking the system. Don't worry
Bro,
about it.
I need to touch that guy again, man.
Dude, I miss God. I hope he's doing well.
Hit him up.
I don't
Yeah,
think
we can go down there.
I don't think I'm
But, I
in
called him a-
Discord anymore.
I called him a crit in the Discord the other day. So he still knows who we are for sure.
But so the one thing I know a lot of people want to know is like, so where did you get started in cars? I know you didn't just pop out the womb holding a 10mm. So like,
Well, yes and no, Deej. I get where your question's going, so I'm going to cut you off right there. Like, I got this. I was about to do a yay bit, but hold on, my brain. Long and short of it is, I come from a family of technicians. And I say technicians, not mechanics, because these guys have all gone the extra mile to get the certifications, to go to the training, to become specialists in whatever area. And as someone who's lived in this industry their entire lives, I take that very seriously because any idiot can be a mechanic. Being a technician takes a much higher skill level, and you have to carry yourself a lot better. And I come from a family that's been about that. My uncle owns and runs a shop. Our buddy owns a smog shop. One of our good friends, my cousin, owns a ridiculously good performance shop, and these guys are putting down cars that are so fast they're getting kicked off of drag strips because they're getting faster. Then they can install the safety equipment they need because every time they put something new in, the car's too fast for it. It needs the next level up now. And when I was 13, but I think it was like 14 years old. I was in a, what's it called? It's elective class. I started a month late because the school had more students than they ever had. So we all got our electives like a month late. So for a month, I just had 5 classes instead of 6. I would just leave like 45 minutes early, like an hour early. I got stuck in auto shop basics and a little bit of a doxing thing. This guy doesn't work there anymore, so I'll just give him the shout out because the world should deserve to hear his name. There was a teacher named Mr. Trainer, and Mr. Trainer, absolute monster. The guy's still alive and kicking, and I catch up with him, and he's trained everybody within like 50 miles of here how to work on cars. And once I learned how his process was and how like you slow down, you take your time, you really think it out, and the process of always learning, because this is an industry where you can't stop. As soon as you think you've reached the top of the mountain, something new comes out next year. Whether that's, and I'm not exaggerating, butt warmers on your seats or the autopilot that lets you drive while you're sleeping on Teslas. Something new always happens. And once I got bit by that bug of knowing this hobby has no end cap, there's no level where anybody's truly a master. And it's comfortable work. It's things I enjoy doing. I've been hooked ever since. I took that class because there's varying levels of it. 3 times in high school. So I did that for 3 of my 4 years in high school. And when I had so many that I couldn't do it anymore and I had to take a different elective, I got into welding and metalwork because I wanted to keep doing stuff that would be related to mechanics. And it just snowballed from there. I decided I want to go to UTI, the Automotive Trade Universal Technical Institute, and at the time it was a very good school. Nowadays I have very mixed emotions on it because it doesn't train near as well as it used to. The program's been condensed so much. That's
Dude,
just the product of the times. Huh?
Dude, at this point, the best way to learn, I don't know how it is anywhere else, but one of the best ways to learn anything car related here is to quite literally go to a shop and then just watch. Because half the time they're not going to tell you no.
Well, I from what I've told people, there are trade schools that are still worth it. You just have to do your research because right now they're charging $45,000. They didn't charge that one, and that's for the base program. Extended programs like diesel and all that cost more. So you're paying almost as much for a regular school or regular college education for what it used to be a good trade program. So there's other programs you can do that are better. There's other stuff that you can do that is cheaper. And the one I highly recommend is going to a shop and telling them, hey, I don't know anything. I want to do this professionally as a career for the rest of my life, and I'm willing to learn and work with whatever schedule you got. They will take that attitude every day of the week. I helped 2 young mechanics getting into the industry that are getting started get their feet in the door with just that advice. They went through the interview. They told them what I told them to. And one young lady just started, and she's killing it, and she's loving it. This is what she wanted to do, and man, did she get a lot of pushback from her family because traditionally this is a male-dominated industry because it's brutal. I have nose, back, ankle. I have 3 permanent injuries from working in this industry.
I thought you were singing a remix of Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes for a second.
No. I'm just doing quick math.
Nose, back, ankle, chest, and face.
Yeah, no, the face was twice. I broke my nose twice, and now I have permanent damage from it. But yeah, I have 3 permanent injuries, and a lot of dads would immediately be like, "Oh, my daughter's not getting anywhere near that." And I get that. I respect that. It is a little old school, but that's what's going to happen. And she got her foot in the door and she's killing it. And I think in the next couple of years, she's going to be running past almost everybody, her age group in the industry. And I helped one of my other friends do the same thing. Oh, someone talking there? Sorry, I ramble when I...
Real quick, it just goes to show that if you want it bad enough, you can do it. Whether if it's a male-dominated industry, a female-dominated industry, or in between dominated industry, if you want it bad enough, you can do it. But you gotta want it.
Yeah, you have to try, and you have to be ready to suffer a little bit for what it is you want to do. And nowadays, I tell people to do that because having had both experiences, just getting in and learning hands-on, you'll learn a lot more than you would from any classroom. But that being said, I'm not going to discredit the classroom experience because especially if you are ex-military like a lot of the people I went to school with were, you can get your VA bill to cover a lot of your education, if not all of it. Then it's a very good opportunity for you because you're not putting yourself in a financial strain. You're just going to school, having a good portion, if not all of it, paid for, and then you can work and learn at your own pace. And I've worked with several guys, and I've known a lot of guys who follow that path, and they're doing phenomenal in life right now. So yeah, I went that route. I did learn in high school. I did a lot on the side. I went to trade school. I worked I worked part-time on the weekdays and full-time on the weekends while in trade school. And as soon as I graduated, I just hit the ground running. I went to my first shop, worked there for almost a year, got laid off. The shop went under, so you can say, yeah, he was a new guy who did a bad job, or you could be like, yeah, well, the shop went under. Like, nobody works there anymore. I went to a dealership. I've worked there for 9 years. I recently quit, and here I am at my new union job, living comfortably, working on cars on the weekends a lot more than I used to, building crazy projects and doing stuff for NoSkill. And that's been my automotive industry. Sorry to make that a 15-minute answer.
Oh, no, you're good. Because like one of the things I definitely just wanted to go back and touch up on is like when I say when this man says that he's busy with like car stuff, dude, there was a period of time where the channel was still we weren't even at like our first. I don't even think we were at like 6 months yet. And this guy was just constantly at fucking classes because he's earning these different qualifications to do extra shit for insert type of car here. Like I think I was jesting, but when I first made the statement before, but I'm pretty sure I said at this point you can work on anything domestic and foreign, including super sport cars, and then you started listing off a couple of cars you would possibly be able to work on.
At this point in time, I will say the only things I shouldn't be allowed to work on are full electric, because while I know what I'm doing and I have taken beginner courses, I have not taken the actual high level stuff where they get really deep into it.
What I'm talking
and
about.
hypercars, those special one-off things that only maybe 80 people in the world will ever work on, because there is specialty in that stuff. There's tools you don't know about, there's techniques you don't know about. Like, perfect example, a Bugatti Veyron. This is a terrible example, but like, because nobody has these, but T-Pain found out if you break one radiator, because it has 6 radiators, unlike regular cars that have 1-2 tops, if you break one of the 6, you have to replace all 6 and another component. It will cost you $32,000 for that repair.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, especially Bugatti. Yeah. I forgot what type of video I was watching, but these group of guys, they were test driving a Bugatti, and they were warned in advance that they had to sign like I think it was up to a $100,000 like insurance waiver. Because if the car gets dinged up, even if it's just like subtle dents from like rocks or bumps and shit, each little dent is worth like $5 or $10K depending on how bad it is.
I believe
and
that.
That's
I firmly believe that.
There's a reason why that car is worth $3.6 million.
Exactly.
But that,
okay.
You good?
Yeah. Just trying to wrap my head around it. Yeah.
Like, dude, I am satisfied with something that can get me from A to B. I don't need it to be stylish and flashy and, be a life insurance risk or just a motor insurance risk because I decided to go over a speed bump a little too quickly. That's nuts.
I'll stick with my 2006 Mazda 6.
Bro, that's all reliable right there. There's nothing wrong with it.
Most expensive car I ever do plan on getting is a fucking Mustang. That's it.
I have a joke for after the podcast to remind me to come back to that. Jamie, clip that.
Jamie. Oh.
But no, I think it's time. We're going to take a quick commercial break, if that's fine, right now, because I lost track of time. And we're going to hear from my partner, Debbie. Take it away.
Hey everyone, NoSkill Mike here. Just to throw out the friendly reminder that Dubby is still live and supporting us. They're dropping new flavors, stickers, and even a new waifu cup. So if you want to do your part and kick in just the tiniest a bit, we'd appreciate it ever so much. All you gotta do is use code NSC at dubby.gg whenever you make an order, and you help everybody out, yourself included. Till next time.
And we are back. Welcome back to another NoSkill interview. Thank you very much to Debbie for hanging out with us. You are beautiful, you are lovely, and your luscious golden locks are beautiful. And also, please join the Discord. There are so many of you, but we have so much room for so many more. Quite literally every single day, at least one of us is in one of the open VCs. Come on in, hang out with us, talk with us, play games with us. Like, come on, dude, let's go. For real. Don't be that guy. But now, so interview. Mikey's in the hot seat, and we left off. I asked the last question. Brandon, it is your turn. What would you like to pick the brain of the green thing?
Well, green one. My first question related to our first meeting. This one, I want your, I guess, assessment / feelings on when we first asked you, "Hey, do you want to do this YouTube thing with us?" And what do you think about it now?
You know, man, it's crazy to think back, because when you guys asked, I wasn't in the mindset of being a part of it, because I remember you guys had your issue where you tried to start with another group, it didn't work out, and we were all just literally, audience, had a beer, Crab had a beer. I think Siegelin stole one of my beers. He was legal drinking age. He just didn't want to fucking buy his own because he's a bum like that sometimes.
We all know that one guy.
And somebody else was there. I think it was Mando and Fraser.
Yeah.
And you guys said you wanted to do it, and I'm like, all right, fine, fucking do it. And one thing led to another. We got help from Crab, and when you guys asked us to be a part of it, I thought that was really cool. I thought, all right, cool, they're going to bring us on for a bit, and we'll just play it by ear. And then we did one thing, and we did the next thing, and we're business casual now. I don't even wear pants half the time we're streaming. And
Dude, I'm wearing basketball shorts and that's it, just because it's fucking hot in my room right now.
Same.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's
for anybody who isn't into VR. There are times where you will just be in underwear. It's because it's hot as shit. This thing's hot. Your PC's hot. It's part of the culture.
Little heaters in your room.
Let me just give a quick picture as to DJ setup. So DJ sitting in a gaming chair. Basketball shorts, and that's it. With my PC next to me, my PC's resonating heat, the headset's resonating heat, and on top of that, my window's open, and it's 90 degrees outside with a humidity factor of 80%.
I'm feeling it, bro. I'm feeling it. In my mind, when you guys asked, I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I'm down to help. I'm glad I appreciate the invite. That's so cool. I'm excited to see where your adventure goes. And then we did another thing, and it just continued to snowball. And I'm like, fuck, all right, I guess we're permanent members of the cast now. I could work with that. And it's been incredibly fun. Like any other group activity, you're going to hit the frustrating parts. You're going to like want to scream at each other every now and then. But that's life. I've worked in a very hyper competitive, very aggressive industry where you have to branch off and do projects as a team. Holy shit, this is nothing, man. Every once in a while, we're like, all right, cool. Everyone take 5, go for a walk, cool off. And we come back better, and we learn, and we grow. And it's been a really amazing process because out of everything I've wanted to achieve doing YouTube, I've already knocked like 4 things off of the bucket list. We've, not to toot our own horns here, I gotta pump the brakes. We've made some incredible friends. We actually have a cool community. We've been able to help friends who want to get started up and going and on their feet, and been able to, I'm going to just say it, we did inspire them to finally get the ball rolling. And then I got to meet content creators I've looked up to. I was so bummed I didn't get to meet Freeman because I had a flight that day. Mm-hmm. But to be in the airport, watching you guys work with somebody whose content I've enjoyed for a long time and just vibe. That shit was so funny and it was so cool. And I was like sitting there giggling my ass off. And I got stopped by TSA because some of the shit you guys were saying. But up until that point, it was pretty sweet. It was a very cool, wholesome moment.
Bro.
And what's up, Brandon?
I was gonna say, bro, when you told us that the shit you were going through because you're watching our stream.
Oh, yeah, the fucking Johnny Sins looking TSA agent. Excuse me, sir, we're gonna need you to come this way. Whoa, watch where your hands are going.
So good.
Oh, fuck. No, dude, it's been magical. What's up, Deej?
Because, like, real quick, I just want to give like a little public note. I know everybody says the cliche of like step 1 to content creation is to just do it. Y'all don't understand how hard it is to just do it. Like even though I'm a part of this channel and I've had some of the funnest times I've ever had just hanging out and even something in VR chat. Even then, there's times where I'm like, do I really want to fucking record today? I don't think I can be bothered. Sometimes that just do it doesn't work. You got to be motivated. You got to be in the right headspace to try it.
Well, so I get what you're saying and I agree, but what a lot of people don't realize is there's that fine line between I'm goofing around playing games and I have a vision for what the finished product's going to be. And then you have hiccups and expectations. It can get exhausting because there are days where we all put in crazy 12-hour days, whether it's dealing with work, dealing with family shit. Perfect example, not too long ago, when we recorded with Table, I was limping into the office because I busted up my knee and I had one foot up in the air and on ice, and we still got the recording done. And like, it takes a lot to get going and to keep that consistency. And like you said, man, that first step may as well be off a cliff. You're just taking a leap of faith of this is going to be worth it when it's done.
Mm-hmm. It's now we've talked about NoSkill, and you're still having fun, like hanging out and just goofing around, being like the bro down with everybody, right?
I am loving it. I'm excited. I'm learning to do stuff. I'm learning to edit. I made this avatar. I've learned how to get out and with the camera and start interacting with people like one-on-one because I'm a very shy person. There's a reason my face is in almost none of the videos we have. I don't like public speaking. I have legit issues meeting new people. So being able to, build the skills and do this and have fun and keep growing with it, it's been an unbelievable experience. And it's incredibly rewarding to be here 3 years later and still doing it.
It's actually crazy the fact that like hanging out with other content creators and then having to interact with people that actually watch our shit. Like I don't really go out too much anymore. I used to go to the bar like every single weekend, and now I'm like a once a month type of dude. But every single time I go to the bar, I get that one fella who knows me, and he's just like, "Let me talk to you. Come here. What the fuck was that shit you put up last week?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I wasn't there. You were there. Okay, I was.
you got me.
Sorry, I'm caught red-handed."
I get that because when I go to car meets and car shows, people will recognize me and be like, "Oh shit, hey man, how's DJ? How's Brandon?" I'm like, "Who the fuck are you? How do you know those names?"
Here, Fabio, you weren't invited. What's up? That's the one video that I cannot wait. That will be my trifecta. That will be my magnum opus. Whenever we can make a video where I can just shoot shots at everybody, because God knows I'm very opinionated. If y'all didn't know that, but now I want to know because we should be closing out here relatively soon. What projects, whether they be in the near future, the far future, passion projects, magnum opuses, do you have in the pocket that you'd be willing to talk about right now? Because I know you mentioned the up and coming LAN party and how you're going to try to up your production value by, having a stand.
Yeah, no, the whole duct tape a GoPro to my head was fun, but it didn't work as well as I would have liked. So we're upgrading the equipment. I did get a little stand for it this time.
For those that haven't seen that video, first off, I recommend go checking it out because you can definitely see as the video goes on. It starts here, him looking at the TV. A couple of drinks later, he starts fucking drunken monkey swaying right here. And it was
still
great.
Winning, by the way. Still winning.
I think it would be amazing if you were just to grab those are on older consoles, just get like a HD 60 Elgato. Bring like a little laptop and just record that POV, but also still have your GoPro for like IRL recording.
So the host of that LAN party is going to start live streaming, and I talked to him about it already, and he had put it out there that if he gets it up and running by the next one, he has no issue whether it's tagging or shouting out NoSkill and making sure our audience is able to see it when we go live, because the way he's trying to screen capture is to have the main TV screen capture to the monitor and then have a toggle so he can flip between the different units in the house.
Oh, damn, that's gonna be some technical work on his end.
Dog, you got to see the house for the LAN party. There's junction blocks specifically to make sure the power is distributed evenly. There's cables and things permanently taped to the walls and floor to make sure he doesn't have to set it up or break it down. This fool is on it. He's got the vision.
Oh, he's that kind of default.
100%.
I love the dedication.
Oh yeah, I had a question asked of me, didn't I? As far as stuff going forward and in the near and distant future, in the near future, now that I have a better camera, I want to start working and refining on the in-person stuff. We are going to be doing SAC Anime again coming up. I want to do some cool cosplay stuff now that we have the pool installed and all the lighting's fixed. I would like to be able to get some cool shots of that and get some of my cosplayer friends and work on some cool projects like that.
I want another badass like lightsaber shot. Remember that lightsaber shot that you, Fraser, and somebody else did a couple years ago? You should do one of those around your pool while it's green or insert color here.
I want to do a lightsaber battle video. Ow, that one kind of hurt a little bit. Our buddy who we had talked to about it and like talked about what it would take to choreograph and get things going, unfortunately passed recently. So that video kind of has a pin in it for the time being, and I'm just kind of waiting to see because that's something I've wanted to do for a while, and right now it's just backburnered until further notice. Is what it is. Life does happen. Gonna keep the king in our memory because he deserves it, but heal up a little bit before we try to get back to that project. And the future big projects, I want to do either Fanime or AX this year. I would prefer AX, but Fanime is more reasonable. And
didn't AX already pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just prepping for the next time.
Oh, okay.
Next
That's what I say. When I saw Mouse and Connor and her shaming him for not kissing a cinnamon roll.
Yep, that happened. I would like to do Fanime or AX, and I would like to step up and start doing some more on the computer recordings, because the IRL stuff is fun, but I don't want it to take too much away from doing stuff online with the boys and starting getting up my own screen captures going and working on stuff on the side. Because right now, between the three of us, we're still cranking out content at a good pace. Like, we're keeping up on it. The consistency's there. The fan interaction lately has been ridiculous, because the comment we were talking about the other day that threw me for a loop on your Indigo Park video was pretty dope.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
And then the people from the shit post me and DJ have been putting out, and the interactions from all the crazy stuff, those have been pretty fun. I just want to keep improving and getting on that stuff. As far as huge projects, the cons and the improving the Lemons event, because we're going back in October, are like the two big ones.
Yeah.
And then
you said you wanted to improve it and make sure that you can actually get the GoPro to work and all that.
Dude, we had so much go wrong. The car broke down 3 times. The camera mount broke. We fixed it. We went to go put it on the windshield. The windshield had a liner sprayed on it, like bed liner, so nothing would stick to it. It was a whole can of worms.
Yeah.
And then I got heat exhaustion, almost heat stroke. We cut off a little before that, luckily. So just working on projects. And what's up?
That's what I was saying. I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Outside of IRL stuff, what is something on the channel that you want to improve on? Like, is there something that you see and you're like, we could do this better, or we should do more of this?
We definitely need to do more game nights with the community. I know that's the hardest thing to do, because scheduling's a nightmare.
Yep.
I would like to be able to where we can all hop on and get either whether it's Table and his gang, Arbiter, Ghost, any of those boys, maybe even people from Valhalla Hill, whoever. Time definitely Safe Progress. I would love to be able to do more stuff like that. And I was bouncing an idea off of Safe Progress, because they have an insane streaming process set up in their homes. I would like to do a stream with them, whether it's on their account or on ours. Doesn't really matter. I would love to stream our 40K games, full table, top down camera view. Me, the Benz, and Jose screaming at each other full volume, throwing 2 fistfuls of dice because the orc boys go wah.
Go wah.
Then I actually had a suggestion. I know it's at this point, I guess you could say, overdone on YouTube, but had you ever considered going back to like IRL stuff? You don't have to do face cam, it could just be strictly hand cam and whatever needs, but you ever consider doing like basic car maintenance videos, like showing people how to, change the tire, change oil, do like just the most basic car stuff without being too invasive?
I have done it for other channels. The Secret Time. I do help out with a good friend of mine's channel, and I'd say that's exactly what it is. Working on cars, building projects, do stuff like that. And you get such a designated and diehard audience in that community, they don't want to see anything else. So I don't want to do that to NoSkill and just kind of...
We already have that.
No, trust me, dude. It's way worse. And I've seen the comment sections get incredibly toxic, and like to where whoever owns the channel has to step in and moderate, because it gets crazy out of hand. So as cool as that would be, I don't really want to do that for NoSkill. If I ever did, it'd probably be under a separate banner, under its own thing, because I've already have the experience of seeing how badly it just completely can snowball. And it's not anything with the community. I'll just tell you and the audience and whoever needs to hear this, car people are opinionated as shit, because no one's ever been like, oh yeah, everybody who says respect all makes and all builds, everybody who says that sees a stance build and they're like, oh, I hate that guy. And if they don't, they do stance and they see somebody who's out driving a donk and they're like, oh man, I hate that guy. Car people are just opinionated, and that's the way the culture is, because you have what you like in 50 different makes and 100 different models, and it just, there's so much out there, you can't please everybody.
Dude, it's that it's a unification through diversity, but then also I guess you could say split economic, because you guys are all interested in the same thing. Like something as simple as one of the big things here is when it comes to trucks, are your team Power Stroke, Cummins, or Duramax?
I had to deal with that shit today with Crab.
But then those three will Wonder Twin Powers activate and team up to go against any. As soon as they see a Jeep, anything, especially the new Jeep truck, those three will unify just to go slander the Jeep guy.
For now, the Hurricane's going to give them a run for their money. Start putting it in the newer Jeeps, but I get what you're saying, because as soon as an electric car comes by, oh, look at that Cybertruck, that thing's hideous, blah 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 blah, and then a fucking Nissan sedan comes by and they're like, that thing's stupid, I hate that. That's just the car community, and it's beautiful and it's crazy and it's hectic, and I'm like hopelessly addicted to it, but I'm not gonna let that kind of bog down what we're doing here.
I mean, you said a huge amount of our subscribers are from your videos.
Yeah, but it's car entertainment, not car education.
Fair enough.
If you get the people who are looking for a laugh, they'll look at other things for a laugh. If you get the people who are looking for education and then they see me and DJ shit posting, it's a very different reaction. It's a very different reaction, let me tell you. Oh, man.
I know I got my little section of corn heads who are just like, okay, let's see what cringed ass IRL thing DJ uploads. Yes, that's my name for the people that actually like me. Your corn heads. But I think we should round this bad boy out. We've been going for a little while now, but this was very constructive. This was very informative, and this let y'all know a little bit more about him. So, Mikey, any final words, things you want to say to the peeps? 3 years of NoSkill, and we finally get you on an interview, dude. Final fucking Lee.
Hey man, I'm just here having a good time. I don't stress over nothing. I just do me. So we'll ignore the audience. They can wait their turn. They've been here long enough. They can wait 5 more minutes. To the boys and the members of the cast who couldn't be here tonight or are out playing Pokemon Go, direct call out.
Let's be more specific and call it what it is. Playing Pokemon Go and trying to get laid.
Name will pop up right here. We won't say out loud, but here it is.
Let's not. I gotta see him on Sunday. Let's not do this, please.
It's at the end of the video. He won't see.
He doesn't watch our content.
Yeah. So right here.
Like I was saying, we'll get to the audience and all that in a minute. To the cast of NoSkill. Yeah, dude, it's been an incredible 3 years. I can't believe we've made it this far, and I can't believe we haven't gotten canceled. But that's neither here nor there. It's been an incredible experience. I wouldn't change it for anything. I feel like we've all learned a lot. I feel like we've all grown a lot, and this is a fucking fantastic experience. It might be egotistical to say, but I really do see the steady growth, and I think it's not stopping. I think we're just going to keep doing along and growing and doing what we do, because the formula right now works, despite being in different time zones, despite having dramatically different lifestyles. We're still able to continuously do what we do, have fun, grow, learn, and evolve. And the skills are getting better. The community's getting bigger. It's just a matter of time before NoSkill's claiming our spot in a throne somewhere. And I can't wait for that day. And I couldn't have imagined that a invite and two images we had Crab put together for banners 3 years ago to turn into this. Holy shit, boys. We're in our own studio. Like, drink that up for a minute. We're fucking in our own studio.
Yeah.
That's one thing I wanted to say real quick. A little bit of fun lore when we were actually trying to formulate if we were actually going to do this or not. Crab was already making a fucking icon and banner for us.
Yeah.
So
before we even solidified the idea, he was already on it.
I don't even think we solidified the name yet.
Yeah.
Crab just had a rough draft for what it was going to look like, and then we gave him the name afterward.
And then he goes, give me 5 minutes.
I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna do it. Do you boys remember who came up with the name?
It was you.
That's so fucking wild, man. I've never, because I hate car clubs, I hate branding, I hate all that shit. I've never thought that a crazy idea we came up with at fucking 4 a.m. would have lasted 3 years and continued to grow at this point. Like, that shit is crazy.
Came up with a name, it's been 3 years in the works, and your fucking cast members are furry, as much to Tom's dismay.
Fuck him.
Fuck
Like, it's life, man. And you know what's crazy? It's I'll say one thing. A lot of people always jump to that divide of what makes. And working on NoSkill is a perfect example because none of us walk the same path in life. We are all dramatically different people and come from different backgrounds. And despite growing up with Tom, we have some serious, obvious divides. And he'll always call out the short thing first. But you know what? Fuck him. He's not here.
Yeah, the biggest divide is we're at least okay with playing mouse and keyboard.
Oh my god! Anyways, the point I was trying to get to is that's the perfect example of how to build and grow a life. No two people are going to be exactly the same, and if you try to look for people just like you your entire life, you end up in an echo chamber. You never grow, you never learn anything. And here we are doing it every week, having a blast, teaching each other shit, learning from the community, and fuck, man, I can't get over how cool it is. But I guess I should address the audience before we call this over hour and a half long episode.
I mean, you don't have to. You don't want to.
I'll address the audience. To everyone who does see this and to everyone who has shown their incredible support and spent your time. Time is the most valuable currency we have as human beings. Money doesn't mean shit. It's a paper promise to gold, air quotes, that doesn't actually, have any value other than we kind of use it in electronics sometimes. But thank you so much. Time is everything. The fact that you choose to spend it with us, the fact that you choose to voice your opinions and interact with us, and the fact that several of you, well, I can't even say several, dozens of you at this point have made the effort to reach out and try and help us grow and work together as a community. That means the absolute world. And fucking thank you from the bottom of my green little heart. I look forward to doing this with you tomorrow, the next day, and the foreseeable future until life says, get your shit together. You can't do it anymore.
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this interview with NoSkill. We'll try to get somebody else in the hot seat. Let us know down below. We do work with a lot of people. Benny, Jose, who do you want to see in the hot seat next? Maybe Table? Come on, let's get an interview going. What do you say, boys? But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for hanging out with us. We'll see you in the next one, and goodbye.